Good evening, everyone. Hope you're having a great Mother's Day. We have had a pretty warm, record-breaking yesterday and triple digits once again this afternoon. But we could see a little bit of relief in the next couple of days, so more about that in just a moment. I'm just going to pull up Facebook so I can see everybody's comments, or if y'all have any questions. Let's see. I actually am not sure if anyone can see me, because on Facebook it looks like it's just a dark screen. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I see everyone. All right, so right now, taking a live look outside, we have our tower cam and we have the airport and Morgan's Wonderland. So you can see the sun is already starting to set, but it's a bit hazy out there. It's a bit of kind of that milky color, milky white color. You can also see that more orange tint too as the sun sets, but really it's one reason is that we're having this hazy type of skyline is because of some fires that are actually burning down in Mexico, and because we have this southerly breeze, it's actually starting to pull a lot of that type of, type of that environment over to our area. Some of the smoke starts to kind of mix with our air, so it makes the air quality go down a bit as well. And that's one reason that you see this type of look here in San Antonio. But let's take a look at radar. We are not looking at any rain across Texas. We're fairly dry. We did have some showers off to the northern part of Mexico. So I'm going to move this over so you can see that there was actually already started to fall apart there. You can see right over the mountains that small little storm that started to develop, but already started to fall apart there, and we are dry in San Antonio. And these were our afternoon highs today in San Antonio. You can see that a lot of triple digits here across our area. Take a look at Pleasanton. They had 103 degrees for a high temperature. So very warm over there. Now, this is summer-like weather. This is weather we typically wouldn't see until June, July, but in May it is a bit out of the ordinary for this time of year. Floresville, 105, Seguin, 96. As you go farther north, they were in the more of the upper 90s. New Braunfels, 98, Seguin, 96, Bernie, 95, but still very warm for them. Austin, 98, San Marcos, 97, and further towards the west, I mean, Eagle Pass, 104 degrees, still very warm, even for them. But let's take a look at the record for today. The record would have been 102. So we got pretty close, and we did not hit that record. And, you know, unfortunately, I mean, just 1 degree, if it's going to be hot, I'd say might as well hit a record. But, you know, it was still very warm outside for Mother's Day. Hopefully everybody was able to have some plans indoors, or at least take a break and come inside, because just pretty unbearable if you were going to be out there for long periods of time. As you can see, the average is usually 85 degrees. So that's, you know, I mean, we're looking at 10, 20 degrees, more than 20 degrees above average for this time of year. Now, as we look at temperatures right now, it actually doesn't feel too bad. We have already dropped into the upper 80s. So San Antonio, you're at 89 degrees right now. Bernie at 84, New Braunfels 86. Farther to the west, Uvalde, you're at 95, Carrizo Springs 97. But it compared to where we were this afternoon, it's not too bad, because we're actually looking at some not so humid conditions right now. So San Antonio, you're at a 69. So as long as you don't get in the 70s, that's when you really start to feel almost that moisture and that humidity on your skin when you are in that 70-degree mark. So places like Floresville and Pleasanton, they were at 74. So that's pretty high humidity for them. That means it was pretty unbearable this afternoon. But Bernie, Kerrville, you're at 66 for a dew point. So humidity is not too bad. If you go outside right now, it's much more bearable than where we were this afternoon. And as we take a look at wind speeds, it's pretty breezy. So that also was some relief for this afternoon. Right now we're at 14 miles per hour. Bernie's at 16. Fredericksburg is at 20 miles per hour. So this is, you know, this is a good breeze. And when it's very hot outside, you really do want these type of breezy conditions. Now, unfortunately, you know, even though we have had some rain, you know, it really hasn't done too much to help the drought. So we do need more rain, more showers, you know, a thunderstorm, you know, nothing severe, but it would be nice to have a good downpour of some rain, because right now in this condition, Bexar County is almost half is in an extreme drought with this red color. So that means we're on a scale of 1 to 5, extreme would be number 4. You know, 5 being the worst, we're a number 4 for half of Bexar County is in that extreme category. And then places like, you know, you can see Hondo is in the exceptional drought, which is the worst category you can have. And you know, the rain did help a little bit of some places further to the southwest, places like Cotulla. It did help them a bit, but it's still, you know, we definitely still need more rain as this type of extreme drought is spreading. So just something to keep in mind. We do still need the rain and want the rain. But some good news is that, you know, the pollen count isn't too bad. We're in light for grass and pecan, and the mold is at a medium, but we're not in that 1,000 category, so it's not as unbearable as what we have had. Now, as far as wind conditions, we are going to keep with a pretty stable wind gust around 20 miles per hour. So I'm going to put this into motion here for tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. We're still around 23 miles per hour, and that's everywhere in our region. We're staying in the 20s, mid-20s, New Braunfels and San Marcos, 26 miles per hour for Monday afternoon. So just something to keep in mind. You can see it got to almost 30 miles per hour for parts of San Antonio. So that's going into Monday night. And this will be some relief because, you know, when it is warm, we do want some wind. But unfortunately, you can see that this motion, you know, these arrows are coming out of the south. So that means it's going to push in some more moisture, which unfortunately means we're going to have more humidity in the next couple of days. So we'll move this into Tuesday. Still, we're in the 20 mark for wind gusts all the way into Tuesday afternoon around 5 o'clock, 26 miles per hour. So very windy conditions all the way through Tuesday. And as we look at our dew points, again, this is the measure of how much moisture there is in the air. So I'm going to just push this back. You can see we go all the way to 73. And remember I said anything over 70, you can feel it right when you step outside. So for Tuesday morning, it's going to be very humid. These are very humid summer-like conditions. I mean, and look at San Marcos, they're at 75, Seguin is at 74. So this is humidity where where if we did have some type of front that moved in, some type of lifting mechanism, it really would give us a good amount of rain because there's just so much moisture. But unfortunately, we're going to be more dominated with a high pressure, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So here is that smoke that I was talking about. There's some agricultural burning going on in parts of Mexico, parts of the Southwest, and it really does travel when we have this south breeze. You know, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see that San Antonio, we have a little bit of this yellow has traveled over. So, you know, that does, when it does travel over, it can affect the, you know, our air quality. It can hurt it, unfortunately. And so that's something that is going to create that haze that we saw earlier this afternoon. And I can show you the winds as well. So you can see it's coming with that southeasterly wind. It's pushing any type of fires, I'm going to zoom in a bit, into our area. So this is that type of wind path that's moving closer to our area. And here's what's going on in our upper levels. So here's one reason why it doesn't look promising that we're going to see much rainfall for the next couple of days and really for the rest of the week, because we are under this high pressure. So I'm going to put this into motion. This is tonight. So that high pressure is really just sitting over Texas. That means it's going to provide that sinking air and create very, very hot temperatures. And one reason we had triple-digit heat and close to breaking records today, and we broke that record yesterday. But as we go into Tuesday, it's going to kind of back off. It's going to go further to the north, further to the northeast. So that means we will have some relief, at least from the triple-digit heat. We could see temperatures drop around 8 degrees, and that is really more tolerable than, I mean, I can definitely feel it when it's 100 degrees, and I think anybody can. When you, from 90 to 100 degrees, you really can feel just more unbearable conditions. But then take a look Thursday. So I'll go back. This is Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's moving back over Texas. So as we go into Thursday, it's going to settle back over Texas, and that means we're going to have those temperatures start to rise as we go into late next week and a little bit towards the weekend. And if you wanted to know what that record was, yesterday we did in fact break that record. So it was the 1998 record was 100 degrees, and we did break that record. We hit 101. And then for today, we did not hit 102. We hit 101. So we did not break the 1927 record. But for that was today. That's for Monday. So Monday, we could still break that record of 102, but you know, it's still, we still could, you know, maybe stay in the upper 90s. And as we go into the next couple of days for Sunday night, we could see some clouds start to come back overnight, and this is Monday morning, so you can see more cloud coverage. And temperatures start to lower a bit into the mid 70s. Bernie 74, San Antonio 77. So still pretty warm for May, even for the low temperatures. And then by Monday, I'm going to go back so you can see Monday afternoon. By 4 o'clock, we're already looking at 95 degrees, clear skies, so it'll be very warm. Monday night, it's going to get down to 83, so it cools down a little bit. And then as we go into Tuesday morning, by 5 a.m., the clouds come back. We could see some more overcast conditions, and again, closer to the upper 70s. Then as we go into Tuesday afternoon, this is for 2 o'clock, already at 90 degrees. So very warm conditions. These are still above average for this time of year in May. Now, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast so you can see what we're going to be working with for tomorrow. So for tomorrow, we're looking at a high of around 97. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to see those temperatures lower a bit. From 97, we'll get down to 90 by Thursday. And plenty of sunshine for Thursday, Friday. Saturday, Sunday, still in the 90s. And it gets a little bit warmer into the mid 90s for Sunday. So I would say if you have any plans to just, you know, it is pretty warm. Again, this is still about 10 degrees above average for this time of year. But, you know, if you're going to be out and about, make some plans to go swimming. You know, if you're going to be outside, try to make it something where you could stay cooler and not just in those type of unbearable hot conditions. But let me see if y'all have any questions. I'm going to just take a look. No, I don't see a lot of questions for today. But thank you, everybody who is watching. Hope everyone, again, is having a good Mother's Day. People are saying Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I spent lunch with my mom, and I just appreciate all those moms out there. And it looks like I don't see any more questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and just leave this up for a little bit so y'all can see what's gonna be going on and how hot the temperatures are gonna be for the next 7 days. But unfortunately, we're not looking at any rain in the forecast. You know, we'll keep an eye on it, but right now, because like I said, we're under that high pressure, we are going to be staying with these more dry, very sunny and warm conditions. So if you're gonna have plans outside, just kind of make those preparations so that you know it is going to be pretty warm. But so I'm gonna keep this up so y'all can see the 7 days, and I hope that everyone is having a great Mother's Day and have a great rest of your evening. Ryan is going to be here for the 10 o'clock, and so he'll have all the details with what's going on as well for your forecast next week. But I hope that everyone has a great rest of their evening, and to make sure to tune in to the 10 o'clock news.